So, there are two events running simultaneously that new Raid Shadow Legends players should absolutely capitalize on within the next 24 hours. So, if we jump into events, we can see it's Fusion Warm-Up event and Champion Training event. So, if we look at the Fusion Warm-Up event, how do we earn the points for this? Scrolling down, we can actually see that it says earn event points by looting artifacts from dungeons and campaign locations, the latter half of that being the most important. The next one is Champion Training event. If we scroll down for this one, it says earn event points by leveling up your champions and upgrading their ranks. So why are these two events so important together? Well, I am sure that you've had a bit of difficulty trying to level up your champions to 4 stars or 5 stars within the tavern. As you can see here, I have a few of these particular champions that are the Incubus at 2 star, but then I also have some at level 3, which you can see here, and then even up to level 4. So what have I been doing here? I haven't been using my chickens, that's for certain, because if I go ahead and jump to one of our main champions here, and then try to upgrade rank, I've got 17 3-star chickens here. So what I'm actually doing is I'm using these champions, the Incubuses, as my sacrificial chickens, so to speak, and not using my chickens I've earned for rewards in, promo codes or, completing missions, so on and so forth. I like to save those if I can. And now is a great time to be farming up these champions to serve themselves as chickens for the champions that you actually want to upgrade the ranks for. How do we get these champions? How do we level them up? Well, I am pretty sure you've heard from another video that one of the best ways to level up your champions is on level 12, stage 3. I do it on hard because I've not unlocked it in brutal at the moment, but brutal is the best one to go for because it gives the most XP out of all 4. Nightmare gives the exact same amount as brutal, but it's even more difficult and uses up more energy. So don't worry about Nightmare, focus only on brutal or hard. If you don't have it unlocked on hard, normal works as well, but again, not as much XP, so it takes a bit longer and uses up more energy, realistically speaking. Okay, so since I've got it on hard, I've got it on stage 3. How we get the champion, you can see it drops from this level 12. The chances are a little small on hard. It does increase on brutal, and increases even more on Nightmare, but we don't want to be using Nightmare. And normal, very, very small, so again, it'll slow down the process, but still doable. In hard, I've certainly amassed a fair few. If I jump back into Tavern, I've been doing this off screen, and then you can see that I've actually got a bunch already here. I've got like 9 already, and some of them already maxed out level. The reason this is so important is because if we go back to events, when we are running the XP gaining of these sacrificial champions, we're earning artifacts at the same time. You can get an artifact and a champion, or just an artifact and a shard, and so on and so forth. So you actually level up this event as well. And then on top of this, if we jump down to champion training, it's self-explanatory. We are training the champions as we go along. So I'm going to give you the whole process of how I do it. So I jump into battle, I go to hard, I go to level 12, I go to stage 3, and I have Michelangelo because he's usually the best at clearing. He can solo clear it himself without any trouble, and since these are max level, I don't need these anymore. I want to pick out the ones that I haven't leveled. Now, you might think, oh, well, I'll just have one, because then I can level him up as fast as possible. I wouldn't recommend that because essentially you're splitting the XP in half. You're giving half to the Incubus and then half to Mikey, who's already max level, and it's useless on him. But if we add in 2 more, I won't use that 4-star, I'll use 2-star, you're actually splitting it 4 ways. So whilst the other 3 do get a little bit less XP, Mikey gets less XP as well. And we want Mikey to have the least amount of XP as possible because it goes to waste. So usually I try and have 3 of them. I put on super raids, but before we even jump into that, you've also got to make sure that you have your XP boost enabled. It dramatically speeds this up, and you save so much energy, so much so that it is worth spending gems on. Believe it or not, yes, I know it sounds crazy, but spending gems on this is absolutely essential to get the most out of it. Of course, if you haven't completed your gem mine, maybe you might want to not do this and wait until you've fully upgraded it. But sometimes, if you're that new, you'll probably have some XP boosts in your inventory already. I believe I have one somewhere, or yep, over here. I've got one saved that I'm not using yet, but I've paid for one, and I pay for one by going into the shop, and then I go into the gem shop. And it's all the way over here. Don't bother with the 1 day one. It's 140. It is cheaper, but you get a whole day free by just going for the 3 day boost for 280 gems. So I bought one, and I've been running it for about a day and a half now. So I've still got some on it. So I jump into battle. I go to campaign. I go over to level 12, stage 3. I've got to make sure that the incubuses that need leveling up go here. And then I run it. Now you can do this in auto. You can put it on multi-battles and put it away and come back to it a bit later. If you are going to use multi-battles, I'll show you the settings that you need to have on to get the most out of this, because it is, of course, very imperative that you don't keep running the same level over and over again when these incubuses reach max level, because that's just a waste of XP, a waste of your time, and a waste of energy. So I'll come back to you once this has finished. Alrighty, just about finished this now, and as you can see, we didn't get an incubus, but we got a lot of XP from this. They started at level 1, they should be finishing at level 8 just by this one run. There we go. And then we've also got an artifact that helps us with the event. It's a 2-star, so I'm going to go ahead and sell this. I don't really want it. That's also good for completing your advanced quests as well, if you have those unlocked, because you have to sell 4 artifacts in 1 day, so that helps you complete that too. So let's go back and edit the team. And if you want to run multi-battle, I'm going to put in 10, but you've got to make sure that this is unchecked. Continue multi-battle even when all champions hit max level. That's so once you've got all of them to level 20, or if they're 3-star, 30, 4-star, 40, it'll stop there right away for you without wasting any more energy. I also have gear selling on. I make sure that I just don't keep any of the 1 or 2 stars. And to be honest, I'm going to go ahead and not keep the 3 stars either. Don't really need those at this point. So that's a good way of getting additional amounts of silver. Okay, so that's multi-battles covered. That's how you level them up. What happens when you get them to max level? Well, I have a few already. So we're going to jump into the tavern. We're going to go ahead and look at one of our max level ones. We've got one at level 20. We wanted to get level star 3, sorry. Now, we could go ahead and use some of our incubuses. Well, that's what they're there for, right? To, be used as chickens to upgrade to 3 stars. I don't really like to do that because I like to have these just keep going up and up and up in stars. If they're a 3-star, I might use incubuses to push that 3-star incubus to 4-star because I don't want to be using my rares as sacrificial chickens, let alone using chickens in the first place, because it defeats the whole point. So for this case, since you don't really use uncommons really in teams, you can go ahead and just sacrifice the ones that you don't really want to use, as long as they're not fusion champions. You can see they're a fusion champion when they have a symbol in the center bottom of their portrait. Maybe don't sacrifice those if you're looking to fuse them into a legendary. Okay, so I've got these 2 champions that I don't really need, and I can sacrifice, so I can upgrade him to level 3, and then he's ready to be re-leveled all over again. Now, this does sound a bit tedious, but it's self-sufficient. This whole system is self-sufficient. Now that I'm leveling him up to level 30, there's a good chance I'm going to get another incubus whilst farming level 12 stage 3. So I can just keep doing this and making unlimited chickens, right? I don't have many right now. I think I put some of them in my vault, maybe. I started this not using incubuses, but I do have 2 4-star chickens ready to be sacrificed. I'm going to keep this one at max level and then push him to star 5. So I can push, like one of my legendaries to level 6 stars, like Teranarak or Mikey and so on and so forth, So that's really important. But yeah, that's the whole point. You get to just, level up from star 2 to star 3 to star 4 using incubuses and 2-star uncommons. And then once the incubus gets to level star 3, then you want to use star 3 incubuses within that star 3 incubus to get it to level 4, and then so on and so forth. And then whilst you're doing all of this, if you rush this as fast as possible, as soon as you see this video, you can get a bunch of rewards from these events. Now, unfortunately, it might be a little bit too late to get like the Ancient Shard, or in the Champion Training event, the Void Shard. I'm covering this a little bit too late, unfortunately, but it's a good idea to just keep an eye on if you see Champion Training event. If you see that, that is the best time to level up your incubuses to be used as sacrificial chickens, because you can get some really, really great rewards from here. I mean, obviously, you get the 5-star Epic Chaos Ore, that's great. The Epic Skill Tome, that's brilliant for wanting to upgrade the skills of your Epic champions. And then, of course, the Void Shard. It speaks for itself, really, doesn't it? And then also you've got superior arcane potions, which are quite useful for ascending. So good prizes here, especially if if it's going towards like a fusion champion. If you're going to chase that, that's the best way to do it in terms of filling up on points for the event. But for newer players, these two are very easy to complete, and it's worth your time, especially if you want to build up a bunch of free chickens to sacrifice for your main team. So, as you can see here, I have my 4-star Incubus. I'm going to get him to max level. I'm going to get these 3 stars. Oh, I'm not going to sacrifice him. I'm going to upgrade him to level 4, star 4, and then I'm going to sacrifice him into this one. So it pushes into 5, and then once I've got him on 5, I then can go to Mikey, and I can upgrade his rank, and then I'll have at least, maybe 2 or 3 that I can put in here, and I only have to use 1 or 2 of my chickens. Now, I could spend all the time just getting, 5-star incubuses. It would take a bit of time, it would take a bit of energy, but it would be absolutely worth it to save these very, very rare, hard to get 5-star chickens. Because if you've been using them, liberally, and you've got none left, let this be a lesson learned that you really need to save these chickens for champions that you really care about. Now, technically, I could use these on Mikey, but, something about me, the conservativeness about me, I like to keep a hold of them until I have enough that I'm comfortable to maybe spend a couple here and there. I'll be like, I've already got 12 5-star chickens. I can maybe burn 5 here, That's how I like to play. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just like to use them as soon as you get them. Fair enough. But, this is a great way of just farming champions to be used as sacrificial lambs. I mean, I've got Dark Elhain here, right? I could use 2 of them right now, saving myself 2 4-star chickens. But I won't, because I'm not looking to upgrade Dark Elhain at the moment. But you get the whole point. So, give this a go. You've only got about like 20 hours to really try this out on one of them, and a day and a half on the other to get some rewards there. But even if those events go, this is still worth your time. But besides that, guys, I hope this tutorial has been really, really helpful. I have been Charlie, you've been watching Bovine Raid, and of course, if you want to check out another video that we've done here that covers how to play the game when you just started, you've been using our creator code, go ahead and check this video out. I go with you step by step on how to start your new Raid Shadow Legends account. Totally worth your time, and I do it really, really quickly, so you don't waste any time hearing me waffling on like I'm doing right now. So anyway, go click that video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.